Welcome to Stacy's Art Studio and Gardens. It's time for the February 2021 vlog, and I apologize, I have paint all over me. I'm in my painting clothes. I'm working in the studio today, but I wanted to stop and do the vlog real quick. Got some boxes I'm putting together to get shipped out soon. And I'm painting, so a lot of stuff going on. But I wanted to pop in and tell you, hey, what else is happening in Stacy's Art Studio this month? January was crazy busy, and it was really exciting and fun. I'm so thankful for all of your responses and kind words to your comfort boxes that you got. I'm so glad you're really happy with them. I really wanted to send a lot of love in them, so I'm glad that they reached you. So let's talk. Well, first, I'm sure you noticed the studio has changed once again. I can't control myself, can I? I'm always changing it around. But what happened was my dear sweet husband got a computer for me, and I was able to simplify the studio. If you saw the old videos, there's a great big TV on this wall that was connected to a laptop and a whole bunch of other stuff. And he got a computer for me, so I was able to take that big thing off the wall and put all my inspiration and art back on there. I wanted to point out this thing hanging right there in front of you. It's in the way, and I apologize. It's a light that hangs off of my easel, and you can't see the easel, but it's just hanging there, so you're probably like, what is that? Well, that's what it is. Anyway, then I was able to put the computer over here by my window, and I can see my gardens when I'm working on the computer, so that's lovely. I really appreciate that. So let's talk art, shall we? Let's talk art. So when I started getting ready to offer comfort boxes, I wanted to make sure that I could put some art into it. And so I started doing all of these little paintings in all sorts of different, sizes. So 5x7, and this one is also 5x7. This one is 6x6, and then a 4x4 and then a 3x3 for the different size boxes. But you know, I'm pretty big fan of doing great big paintings, so I wasn't sure how I would feel about doing little paintings, so I wanted to do that first before I started putting together the idea of the comfort boxes. So I started painting them, and do you know what happened? I just fell completely in love with painting these, because I get all these ideas out of my head onto canvases. So because of that, I fell in love, and I keep on painting these. I thought it'd be really great to offer these separately on the website, so not just in the boxes, but different ones. So I've been adding a few every once in a while, and I will continue to add more, so just stay tuned for that. I also think they're an inexpensive way to own a piece of art, so I think that's really great. And then they are on what's called a flat panel. I wanted to show you that. So it's canvas that's attached to a panel, which is different than, let me show you this piece. So this piece is another piece that I've done, and it is on what they call stretched canvas. So it's basically a wood frame with canvas that's stretched over it. And that's the only difference, is the way the canvas is adhered. So over here, that's very crooked. Over here, that's a stretched canvas, and this is a flat panel. But a flat panel is really easy to put into a frame, so that's really nice. And like I said, it's an inexpensive way to own a little piece of art. So they're starting to be available on the website. So that's the art part. Now let's go to the new goodie that I've started doing, and this one makes me really happy because I've been working for about a year to get to this point of being able to make candles for you guys. And as you know, I'm a huge stickler for making sure everything is all natural. And so what's in this is organic beeswax, which by itself smells amazing. And I will be having that available, just plain beeswax. But this one I have my lavender buds that I grew in the candle itself, and then I have therapeutic grade essential oil in it that's lavender. And sadly, right now, the lavender one is out of stock on the website. It's going in that box, the last one, because I thought I had another bottle of lavender essential oil on hand, and I actually didn't. So I had to order another one. It's on its way. As soon as it's here, these lavender ones will be available again. But I have others available right now. I have the bergamot or bergamot, depending on how you say it. And then I have the lemongrass available. And then I'm going to be having quite a few more as I get them made. I haven't got them all made. And as soon as they are, then you'll be seeing a lot more options showing up for you. So that's really exciting. I'm so happy to do that with you. And then let's talk about the cool little rocks. Okay, so when you were a kid, do you remember what your first business idea was? I think I do. You know, I might have had another one, but I remember my first business idea, I thought, was with my brother. We went into business together. I lived in Colorado, and we found all these beautiful rocks. So we decided we'd have a roadside stand and sell rocks. I mean, other kids sold lemonade, right? And we found some great rocks. But the problem was, we lived in a ghost town. Nobody lived there except us. And no one ever drove down our road except the rancher a couple times a week maybe. And then there was a National Forest Service guy who came once a year. That was it. So we had no clientele to sell anyone any rocks, but I still feel like it had some merit. So here I am trying to sell you some rocks again. But here's the thing, in New Mexico, we are really well known for our turquoise and silver, and oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. And there are some amazing artisans who do that, and that is definitely not in my wheelhouse of skill. But I also feel like these beautiful stones that are just everywhere out here in the desert, in the high desert, they're just so beautiful. And to me, that's New Mexico too. And so I just wanted to share a piece of New Mexico in its natural state. And I don't have a huge knowledge of what's in rocks, but this one in particular, there is some quartz in it and a few other things. And I keep it really natural, as I've pointed out before. I clean it, and then I put a light seal on it because I only want you to be able to see what the colorations are. I don't want to make it overly processed, and I think beautifully processed stones are amazing, but for this purpose of here's a little piece that you might have found on a trail that you were hiking, and preserved it, but I did that for you. And then also you can see where I got them from when you watch the New Mexico Drive videos. You know where your little rock has come from. And then I wrap it in copper because I think it's really a beautiful metal. Plus, I don't think it takes too much away from the stone, because the stone itself is what's beautiful. And then, of course, it's on a ribbon. So you can use it as a necklace, or you can hang it somewhere in your house. And they're all in the comfort boxes like the paintings are. But I thought, you know what, maybe I'll make these available separately as well. So they are now starting to show up on the website too. So go check those out and try to keep them as inexpensive as possible for you. And then the comfort boxes, they've been doing really well, and everybody loves everything in it. So I just thought I'd talk a little bit about the balms and the lotions that go into it, where they're from and how they're made. So, you know, I use herbs from my gardens. If I don't have some herb that I don't grow, for example, I don't grow the calendula right now. I will soon, but here, my back was bothering me, so I had to move. But I don't have calendula at the moment in the garden. I will, but I purchased that organic. I make sure it's organic when I purchase it. So anything that I don't use from my garden that, so for example, the lavender comes from my garden, lemon balm comes from my garden, rosemary, that sort of thing. But if I have to purchase like calendula or chamomile, that is organic. And then I'm going to be adding jasmine flowers that are organic. That is something I cannot grow because New Mexico environment, it won't be able to grow. But I do love jasmine flowers. And so that will be being added into some products pretty soon coming up. And then the balms, the difference between balms and lotion is balms don't have water in it and lotions do. And balms, because they don't have water in it, will last a very long time. You know, months, year. It's really impressive because there's no water in it. But that's also why I make sure the herbs are very dry before they go into an oil, because I want to make sure there's no water. Whenever there's water in something, then bacteria will grow at some point, not right away, but eventually. So that's why balms are good for a very long time, and lotion is not. It's good for about a month, unless there's some kind of synthetic chemical to preserve it, which, you know me, that's not going to happen. So, but with the lotions, I didn't really want to make it available until I knew for sure that all the ingredients in it were really good quality for you and actually natural. And so it took me a while, but I did find organic emulsifying wax. So emulsifying wax has to be used in a lotion because what it does is it binds the water to the oils that are in the lotion and makes it that lovely lotiony cream. But emulsifying wax does have a petrochemical in it, so I didn't want to use that. So it took me a while, but I did finally find a supplier that has organic emulsifying wax. It's called Ridemulse. So that's what I use. So, and at first it does make differently than if you use traditional emulsifying wax. So it took me a couple of months to get the ingredients right and the recipe balanced so that it makes really amazing lotion. And I experimented on all my friends. So they were like, yeah, it's pretty good. And then it's way better. So till I got to the point where it's like, okay, that's some good lotion. And so I was really happy with it. And then I was able to go ahead and offer it to you. So I just want to say, there's a lot of love and joy going into those products, into this lost art that I'm grateful lots of other people are starting to pick up. And if you ever want to learn, I am still here, available to do classes if you want to learn how to make it yourself. But if you're getting a box or just, I'm also making the lotion available on its own, some of the balms available on its own. And then I have a refill box that doesn't have all the extra goodies in it if you just want to replace your balms and lotions. Anyway, where was I going? Oh, there's a lot of love and joy going into these boxes, and I really believe that helps the quality and what comes to you. So I'm so glad that you've really enjoyed it. So now let's talk about the garden. I am so excited about the garden because January is behind us. February is here, which meant we turned a corner. We are headed to spring, and I have seeds. I have some seeds. I have more seeds coming. I have starters coming. I've got a tree. I have a dwarf cherry tree coming. Oh, I'm so excited about this spring. I love winter in that it makes you excited that your garden is coming. By the end of the garden season, you're like, I can't take another weed. I can't do it. So by then you get a little break, and then winter comes and you're like, oh no, it's cold. I don't know. I don't like the cold. Where's my tomatoes? And then we can see spring coming. It's on its way. So in February, what I do is I need to trim all the roses. I need to prune my crazy out of control peach tree, and I need to get things cleaned up on the warm days. So that's my plan in February. March, I got to work on some fences because one of them blew down and it's kind of jammed back up, and our winds start coming in March, and man, they're crazy. You know, they're like 50, 60-mile-per-hour winds. So it's one of the crazy things here in New Mexico. It's going to blow down that jammed up fence. Plus, it's not very attractive, all jammed up. So I have a plan. I'll be working on that. And then we'll be back to gardening in April. And I will be back to sharing videos of tours of all the garden spaces. And then you'll see even more where all your goodies come from. And then also I have a bunch of other videos that I need to get caught up on. I am the worst time management person ever. So that's a challenge, getting the videos up and getting them done. So that's kind of fallen behind on that, but I'll get caught up again. So I know that we're all still struggling and still having a hard time out there, but there is one sentence, and I had to write it down because I forget how it's said exactly, in a Maya Angelou poem. And I remember hearing her read it in her powerful voice, and I try to keep that in my mind some days when I'm having a rough day. And it's, but still, like air, I'll rise. So we keep on fighting through, and we'll rise. So, and spring is around the corner. And also remember my little saying that it's a little secret unless you get the box, but I'm going to share it with you. On the box, you're going to see a little saying that I believe in, and that is, be gentle with yourself. There's only one you. Love you guys. See you soon.